The max temperature of the game is 36 degrees Celsius. Amateur, the real race took place in 38 degrees. That's 100 degrees for you Americans. So, full disclaimer, I have not seen the 2022 US Grand Prix yet. Why? Because I'm recording this on the Friday. FP1 hasn't even happened yet. I'm recording this because I'm going away for the Grand Prix weekend, so I won't be about to record it, not until like much later, by which point I'll be trying to record the Mexican Grand Prix. So, I joked about the temperature as well, the 38 degrees, or 100 degrees Fahrenheit if you're American. That was in reference to the one time F1 actually did use this track. Oh dear. There appears to be a bit of a car park. So I haven't tested this track yet, so might not even use this track. But this track has been used once in Formula 1 in 1984. It is in Texas, like Circuit of the Americas. This is over in Dallas. This is the Dallas Street Circuit. Famous things that happened at this circuit. This is the circuit where Ayrton Senna, in his first season in Formula 1, crashed, went to Pat Simmons, who was working at Tolman, and said, "I don't know what happened, the wall moved." Pat was like, "Don't be ridiculous, the wall doesn't move, it's solid concrete." He was like, "Don't be ridiculous, the walls don't move." And they went investigating and they found out that it had. And this was a kid who'd just come straight from Formula 3. The other impressive thing was this is the circuit where Nigel Mansell fainted.
Mansell still trying to score a point, pushing his car. He cannot be assisted, he has to do it by himself, and he collapses about 400 feet shy of the line.
So, starting the lap here. That's not flat. It's a bit of a lift, long corner. Peg sits there, that was also not flat. It's such blind corners. It's actually a really tricky circuit. Look, constant gradient changes as well. I like gradient changes, but not violent ones like this. I'm trying to figure out where everything is. This is a hairpin, so down to first. Get punted by an LP. Right, this is hold your breath but flat. Then this is first gear and get stuck behind everyone. I'm just going to try and free everyone. That's very much a place where, you know, if you get stuck, you're going to get stuck. So I've got to hope the AI don't get stuck there. Ooh, that's nasty. There was a bump there over the acceleration zone. There was also a drop right at the braking zone. Tight apex. It is such a... I see why they never used it again. He's not going to make it. Not's the Red Bull again. Okay. Okay, so into qualifying. I've got a McLaren being very, very aggressive behind me, but I think he's spanned, so serves him right. So across the start finish line, close DRS. You got to lift off. I've got full downforce on this car just to help me through there. DRS open again. I can use it wherever I want. But down to second. The 90-degree right-hander. Come over to this side just before the track drops down. You want to go down to second place, second gear. Try and hold it through there. This corner is a lift, and then down to second gear. Tight corner here, tightest corner on the circuit. First gear, hairpin, all the way around like that. This is where I messed up at the end of practice. You don't want to open your DRS because that is flat. Then you want to come up here as you start coming up the hill. You see where the tight braking is. First gear coming out of that chicane is incredibly tight. Then you want to put your foot down, open the DRS, come as wide as you can for one of the fastest corners on the circuit. Be careful not to lose it over the bump at the top of the hill. Now we've got the long straights. This is where you can breathe a bit. Bottom of that slope, you want to break down to third. You've got to find the tiny gap in the wall and get through to the next part of the straight. You come up the hill. As soon as you get to the top of the hill, start breaking down to second or third gear, however brave you're feeling. Go really close to there, inside of that one, and then to the outside for another very slow, tight hairpin. This one is second gear though and a bit wider. Come over to the outside, lift, and come round for the final corner. Put your foot down nice and hard. Across the line, it is a 126.1 from Lewis Hamilton. We'll have to see where that puts us. A 125.6 from Max Verstappen. And this is the thing, the moment everyone starts, all the AI start overtaking, they forget where the racing line is. If I haven't explained as well how this series works, I haven't said hello to everyone as well. Hello everyone. This series is alternative F1, so what happens is I look at the current Formula 1 calendar. So this weekend is the American Grand Prix circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. I look around and see what other racetracks are nearby. What would it look like if F1 raced in XYZ? And I raced as driver of the day. As I said at the beginning, I'm filming this on the Friday because I'm away. So I'm going as Lewis Hamilton. I'm just going to assume the driver of the day will be Lewis Hamilton. He's always pretty successful at Circuit of the Americas. And now that the championship's wrapped up, I kind of hope he wins a race. It'll be sad if he doesn't win a race this season. It'll be his only season where he hasn't won a race. I'm not normally a Lewis Hamilton fanboy, but I am now, just to hope he gets through it. So I've got to try and push down to beat my Schumacher. Okay, well I've got to put my foot down and try and improve my lap. Okay, this will be probably my last run. I might get another lap in after this for qualifying, so let's see what I can do. Ooh, car grounded out there. So that cost me 0.3 of a second, so that wasn't great. In a second, I've done a bit more adjustment to try and help me through these corners. Does that when you forget which way the corner goes? So that's a dud. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, Batman. Do I get another run? It's going to be really close. I don't think I do. No, I don't. So I'm currently P4 behind Bottas, Leclerc and Magnussen ahead of Verstappen. So here we are on the grid of the Dallas Grand Prix. It is Dallas. And as I said, Bottas in the Alfa Romeo pole position. Leclerc, Magnussen, Verstappen must have improved because Verstappen is now ahead of us. We're ahead of Lando, Mick, George, Daniel, and Sainz. Sergio Perez is starting from the back. This is a 28 laps. That's not right. Okie dokie, after that technical issue, 19 laps, we are in 5th place. And lights out and away we go for the Phoenix Grand Prix. Phoenix Grand Prix. Phoenix. As it was in 1984. Got to be careful with the AI. Once they're off the racing line trying to overtake, they will struggle through the corners. Like if you saw that Mercedes there. Oh! I didn't want to get bogged down in everything as well, because the AI will just drive through you. Because people like Alonso just... Are you seriously just going to stop in front of me like that? Wow, they are dumb. So now, last the first challenge, because Alonso spun us around. See if anyone has crashed it. Yep. Yeah, I need to restart. Because ideally, I need to be through there before everyone else, because then everyone can have a crash. And I can... everyone can have a crash, and I can go through, and then the game can try and like reset itself. Like it can disqualify the cars that are stopped. So, well, George has a moment there. Car is a bit more twitchy than in practice and quali, because it didn't have the absolute correct setup, because it didn't know it. Thankfully everyone here, I think, is a bit more spread out. No, that Alfa Romeo doesn't know where it's going. Let's just budge it out the way. So we jump up to 4th, because again some of the drivers in front just got through fine. Although Mick Schumacher is in the pits, so Mick Schumacher's retired. Tight through there. Got a Red Bull up on the inside. I can't actually see the mirror because of the graphics for the positions. So it says 4th place. We'll see where we are. We are actually 3rd. Oh, we've got a good run on our former teammate. Just be nice and gentle with the throttle and accelerator. It gets very uneased. Just this car and the setup I had to throw on it. So I need to be far enough back. Oh. Drive under him. I need to be far enough back so he didn't take a defensive line. Because if the AI tries to think it's smart and take a defensive line, it will crash there. So Max Verstappen has just retired on lap 5. Meaning there's only 10 cars left in this race. In fairness, the real race that was held here only I think 10 cars finished as well. Only 5 on the lead lap. And then 6th place was Nigel Mansell, who had a gearbox failure, pushed it to the line, and then fainted on the line. Oop, yellow flags. I'm being told yellow flags. Sergio Perez is out. George Russell is only 3 seconds behind. I just realised that, so I've got to pick up the pace. I am closing in on Kevin Magnussen and the Haas. He's more likely to make a mistake than I am, just because of the AI. It's a really, really thin track in the AI. Don't know how to do it. We've had even more cars out. There's only 8 cars left in this race. We're on lap 7. Some of the corners are just far too tight. Totally see why F1 didn't continue here. Walls are too tight. It's too bumpy. It's too hot. Corners like that are far too dangerous as well. Like they're far too tight, and it's just a solid concrete wall. So right under K-Mag's wing now. Well, I don't want him to take a defensive line through here. I'm going to back out a little bit, just if I'm really close, he will take a defensive line, and I don't want him to, because that's what causes everyone to crash. So I need to try and get him in like this part of the circuit. It's a little bit too late. Came out taking an uncompromising line. He went into the barriers. I didn't want him to, but the AI aren't smart enough to reverse, so that'll be K-Mag out. And indeed, George Russell is behind him, and then Stroll a minute behind Russell. There's the message. K-Mag is out. So, 6 cars remaining. I think Vettel retired out there somewhere. No, Vettel's still on track. So it's us, Russell, the 2 Aston Martins, and the 2 Alpines next year, Ocon and Gasly. I spun for some reason. So George goes through. The rear end just went on me. I don't know what happened. I don't think I did anything different. Unless the rear tyres are suddenly cooked. What's happening? Gasly past Vettel. Oh, they passed them there. Vettel keeps going. I clobbered the wall. Oh, it's all getting exciting now in the closing stages. I was just thinking to myself, like, I managed to keep that 6-second gap to George, and I've continued to keep that 6-second gap, but he's now ahead. So I've got to get ahead of him. But also the worry is he's got to deal with lapped cars of Vettel and Gasly. There it goes again. Yeah, I think the tyres are just going, which is amazing because I'm on mediums, so it's really, really, really high, highly abrasive adhesion. That's the word. No, that's what I'm looking for. High tyre wear. Degradation. Oh. Once again, I'm round. And this is the problem, like, it's such a tight course, you can't actually get it back around. I'm now 20 seconds behind George. I've never been on, I've not used a circuit that's worn out the medium tyres. I've had a circuit that's worn out the softs, but never a circuit that's worn out the mediums. I was about to say, maybe we should pit and go for fastest lap, but we already got fastest lap. So, no point doing that. So we've got 2 laps to go. So I could have picked loads of different circuits for this race. I was meant to put a poll out on my Twitter and Instagram. Go follow them. Link's always in the description for those. And I should have done it to see where you guys wanted me to race. Like I could have done here. I could have done Phoenix. I could have done Laguna Seca because that's where Zach Brown's been driving a lot of his old cars. There's Simona Raceway, Circuit America, Indianapolis. Loads of great tracks that we could have done. I thought I'll pick this one because I've actually only had 3 street circuits so far this season. Canada was one. I'm trying to remember actually which ones were street circuits. Canada. But yeah, this track. Am I glad it's not on the F1 calendar? Yeah. It's far too dangerous, far too tight. Corners are too small. It wouldn't work. No, I'm amazed they came to their common sense in the 80s about this track. This track would only be on for 1 season, and then this track got replaced by Australia, which was a good thing. Esteban Ocon is out. Sebastian Vettel is also in the barrier. Is that George Russell? That is George Russell. Okay, fight is on. Fight is on. George Russell and Sebastian Vettel are coming together. We've only got the last sector to go. Tyres are completely worn out. I don't think Lewis Hamilton's going to win, but it is going to be a first victory for the man from Norfolk. It is George Russell. So the finishers were the 2 Mercedes of Russell and Hamilton, Stroll, Gasly. That was it. 4-car finish. 4-car finish. I can't count. 4 cars. Blimey. I mean, that was a tough track. That was a pretty tough track. When you got the flow of it, it was alright. And then, yeah, the tyre wear just went off. Because first half of season 1 of this, of Alternative, I used to just put on soft tyres because I thought tyre wear was off. And then the Alternative Hungarian Grand Prix, I think, whichever one was at Grobnik. That one was technically Pierre Gasly was a lap down and didn't finish, so technically 3, which is Monaco 96 style of thing, and Stroll was a minute. Stroll was a minute and a half behind everyone else. Hilarious. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that wasn't on that. And yeah, the tire wear, I've experienced that on soft tires. I've not done a track where I've run out of grip on medium tires. They lasted 19 laps, like not even like 15 laps. These medium tires lasted. Like normally they're totally fine, but that was disastrous. Yeah, hope you enjoyed having a look at a track F1 only used once in America. I mean, one of the presidents did come along. It was Jimmy Carter came to the track, and Sterling Moss met him, and Sterling was amazed that Jimmy Carter knew who he was. Yeah, let's. I wonder if the real American Grand Prix is exciting as that. I hope we don't have 17 cars retiring, but who knows. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time for the Alternative Mexican Grand Prix. Bye bye.